If you're an artist, musician, creator, or an entrepreneur, I understand the emotional and financial hardships and sacrifices you're making in order to work towards your dreams. My name is Alex Gnedinik, and for the last 20 years, I've lived the life of a creator just like you. Over this time, I've been a serial entrepreneur, a best-selling author with some of my books used in a number of major US universities. I'm also a top 1% online instructor with 1 million students, a long-time business coach, and I'm also a poet and a musician. I created the SPRK, SPRK cryptocurrency token, to help creators raise money, collect commission-free tips, not lose money to high transaction fees, even get help promoting your projects, and foster a community for creators. So this is not just another cryptocurrency token. This is your funding model, payment system, rewards program, and a creative support network rolled into one. So now let me briefly walk you through the entire platform so that you can see all the benefits. This is the SPRK token website, sprktoken.com. Once you land here, you can learn more about the benefits of investing, but what you can also do is under projects, you can post your project, and after your project has been posted, for example, I'll view some project, you can have a project page like this where you can either raise money, like this example for a poetry book with songs, and you'll have your link to this page that you can share on your social media, and your cryptocurrency address. This is a public address that you can share that people can donate right to. So even if you don't have a website, this fundraising page can serve as your online home where you can send people to donate you money directly. And as you saw, you can either raise money for projects or just collect tips. So if you already do any kind of work, if you already have fans, many of them would love to tip you for your great work. And if you haven't been asking for tips, you're missing out on a revenue opportunity, which this enables you to do. And all of this is completely free. This website has absolutely zero platform fees. Plus, projects that are on this website get extra promotion from being on this website and also get shared through our social media. So now that you understand all the benefits of the SPRK token, let me explain to you what happens to the value of your money if you hold dollars compared to if you hold the SPRK token. So we'll dive a little deeper into the quote-unquote tokenomics of this cryptocurrency. And to fully understand and appreciate the value of cryptocurrency, we have to understand the erosion of value of what's called fiat currency, like dollars or euros or any currency issued by a central bank. The absolute first thing you want to keep in mind is that any currency has inflation. Governments tend to underreport inflation, but the dollar has over 5% real inflation, which means that after the first year, your money retains only approximately 95% of the value. After the second year, approximately only 90% of the value. After the third year, approximately only 85% of the value, and so on and so on. Sometimes even faster. So if you want to never accumulate any kind of meaningful wealth or retain the value of your hard-earned money, you would hold dollars. And for full transparency on this, in the resources of this video, I'll link to a video that shows exactly how this is calculated by ChatGPT and all the ways that governments manipulate the real versus reported inflation rates. In addition to the loss of value due to inflation, when you deal with transactions in dollars, you also have to pay 3 to 5% credit card fees, PayPal fees, and other payment processing fees. And payment processing fees are not one-time fees. You incur payment processing fees every time you send or receive money, which really adds up. And in the cryptocurrency world, the fees to send and receive money are pennies, and at times even less than a penny. Additionally, if you raise money on websites like Kickstarter or Patreon, they collect from 5 to 12% platform fees, meaning to withdraw your money, you have to pay 5 to 12% to those platforms. And if you want to collect tips from your fans, depending on how you collect fees, you also sometimes incur 20 to 30% fees on your tips. For example, when people on YouTube give you a tip, you only keep 70% of that. So if you add these up, depending on how you run your business, for every dollar that you earn, you may only be keeping 95 to 80% of it. That's an incredible erosion of value. And one of the most standard ways to protect the value of your money is to hold assets. Because as the value of the dollar goes down, which it always does due to inflation, if you hold assets, it takes more dollars to buy those same assets, and so your assets actually go up in value. And the SPRK token is an example of a high potential asset. And in addition to its potential for growth, this particular token was designed to give extra benefits to investors and holders of this token. Let me go over what they are. The first benefit is airdrops. If you're not familiar with cryptocurrency, think of airdrops roughly as stock dividends. At certain points, you just get a little bit extra. The next benefit is something called staking. Think of staking as holding money in a bank CD and earning an interest rate, but with cryptocurrency. And the difference is that when you hold cash, like dollars, in a bank CD, let's say you even get a 4% yield on the money you hold in a bank CD. If the inflation on the dollar is 5% and you're getting a 4% return, that means you're still losing money, just slower. Now compare that as opposed to earning staking rewards, which is similar to a bank CD, but while holding a high potential asset that can appreciate during the time that you're holding it and still getting the benefits of the value of the appreciation of that high potential asset. And for more advanced cryptocurrency users, there are also passive income opportunities from contributing to a liquidity pool where you can get a small percentage of each transaction when the SPRK token is bought and sold. But while this is advanced, airdrops and staking are not, and everybody can benefit from those. So the difference is, instead of retaining from 65 to 90% of the value of your funds when you hold them in dollars, because of the extra benefits of how this particular cryptocurrency was designed and conceptualized, you get from 101% to 105% of the value of your money, depending on the annual rewards and which rewards you sign up for. So hopefully this helps you understand the problems with the legacy financial systems compared to the benefits you can get from cryptocurrency. And now that you can more clearly see the real world use and financial benefits of the SPRK token, let me show you how to buy, invest, send, and receive it, so that you can use it as an investment and as a currency to transact with. But first, let me explain what you can expect in terms of price growth and price appreciation as an investor. As it goes from a tenth of a penny in price to, as you can see here, $1,000 per token and beyond. Yes, it's possible, so let me explain how it's possible and what is the underlying mechanism so that you understand how it works. The way such tokens work is that the organization that minted this token provides the liquidity for trading. In this case, there are 10 million SPRK tokens that are available for trading. That's what you see referenced here. You see 10 million on the bottom left, on the bottom axis. Then as 5 million tokens are left, 3 million, 2 million, the price goes up because as early investors buy up this token, the supply of it decreases. And because the supply of tokens decrease, the price per token increases. So you can see that while there are still about 10 million outstanding tokens out there, and the liquidity pool at the launch of this token was exactly 10 million tokens. So at that point, it's a tenth of a penny. But as people buy up, you see here, even up to 5 million tokens, which by the way is not hard to do because it's a tenth of a penny here. So with just $1, you can buy 1,000 tokens. So it's pretty easy to sell the first 5 million tokens, after which the price is still under a penny, but almost 10x from the initial launch price. So if you invest early in this, you get incredibly disproportionate results because even though this line looks linear, it's only because of how the line looks. The actual price growth is incredibly exponential because you see that after 5 million tokens are purchased, then after about 3 million tokens are purchased, here we are at the 1 penny per token price point, which is 10x of where it launched. Then, as people keep on buying more tokens at 1 million remaining tokens in the liquidity pool, the price becomes approximately 50 cents. So now you went from a tenth of a penny to 50 cents. That's an incredible return, but that's only the beginning. After this inflection point, the price appreciation increases dramatically because the journey from having 10 million tokens outstanding to 500,000 tokens outstanding is not a difficult journey, but you see it starts getting close to $1. And as you get closer to 100,000 tokens remaining in the liquidity pool, you start reaching the $50 price point. And as people buy up more tokens, obviously it's harder to buy them now because they're more expensive, the price increases. So the real exponential chart looks like this. You see, it's relatively slow growth, but if you want to get to a hockey stick, the moment until which you wait is when you have under 1,000 tokens remaining in the liquidity pool, and especially under 100, it really takes off. Now, at this point, it's really hard to sell a token because obviously a token is going to be worth 200,000, so it's not realistic. At this point, people won't be buying the whole token each time, but just a small fraction of it with each purchase. But to get here, it is realistic. That path is not difficult because at the moment of filming this video, as you can see the price growth here, there's only slightly over 9 million tokens remaining in the liquidity pool because some people bought early. And you can see that up to around the 5 million token mark, this token is incredibly cheap and you can get so many of them and profit from the next people investing after you. So imagine what would happen if you bought at a tenth of a penny or a fifth of a penny or at a penny per token, but then it went to $1. That's 100x your investment. $100 becomes $10,000. But what if you put in $100 very early? Then it becomes $100,000. What if you invest $500 very early and it goes up to $1 or a little more? That's $500,000. So $500 invested when it's still a tenth of a penny in not so distant future. Obviously there are risks, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel for how the growth can happen. That $500 that you might invest at a tenth of a penny can become $500,000 when the token price reaches $1. Because to go from a tenth of a penny to $1 is 1,000x. Which brings me to the point that even though there is risk, you might just lose some money. Although it's nearly impossible to lose a lot, because if you get in early, the price can't go below this price point of a tenth of a penny per token because that's the price at which it was launched, which is what the liquidity pool that was created allows. So the potential loss isn't that great, but if you can make a bet of 1 to 1,000, that's a good bet to make. So hopefully this visually illustrates the light at the end of the tunnel and how early investors can benefit from owning this token. So with that, of course, I welcome you to become an early investor and profit from the growth of this token. So with that, let's go over the two optimal ways you can buy the SPRK SPRK token, even if you're completely new in cryptocurrency and don't have any account set up. There are two options. The first option I'll show you is the cheapest way, which avoids almost all fees. The second option I'll show you is the fastest way, which will increase your fees by a couple of percent, basically for credit card processing when you buy cryptocurrency with your dollars. So by the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of what the process entails and what works for you. So first I'll outline the basic process, and then I'll actually show you how to do it. The first row of this infographic is the cheapest way to buy SPRK. What you have to do is create an account on Coinbase. You can think of Coinbase as stock trading, but for cryptocurrency. So if you have a Schwab account and you buy and sell stocks, Coinbase is essentially that for cryptocurrency. It's the most commonly used service for this worldwide, and it's a good place to start. The reason we need Coinbase is because in Coinbase, you can buy either Solana or USDC. USDC is a stable coin that's pegged 1-to-1 with the US dollar. And you can buy the SPRK token with either Solana, Sol, or the USDC stablecoin. My recommendation is to skip that USDC entirely and just buy Solana on Coinbase, transfer that Sol to a Sol compatible wallet like the Phantom wallet that I'll walk you through shortly. And on that Sol compatible wallet, you can swap your Sol for SPRK and you'll be done. You can think of that Sol compatible wallet, which is the Phantom wallet, as roughly the equivalent of PayPal, but with cryptocurrency. You just need some online wallet to transact online. And if you're wondering about the option of getting the USDC stablecoin, if you're comfortable navigating that space, you can totally do that. It's legitimate, but it just requires more steps. So if you are new to this, or if you want this process to go faster, just get Solana from Coinbase, transfer that Solana to your Phantom wallet, swap that Solana for SPRK, and you'll be done, and the process will be infinitely simpler. This is the cheapest method, but the reason it might take a little time is because Coinbase does require you to verify yourself to make sure that you're a legitimate user on their platform. And the verification may take between 1 and a couple of days, but it can also be almost instantaneous. But if the Coinbase verification process takes too long, the second option, which is on the second row, allows you to use a service like MoonPay or Apple Pay to buy that USDC stablecoin by simply using your credit card. It's faster, but the reason it's not the cheapest method is that MoonPay may charge a 2 to 4% transaction fee to buy your USDC stablecoin. But after you have your USDC stablecoin, the process of buying the SPRK token will be identical. So now I'm going to walk you through how to complete these steps. At the moment, I am on Coinbase.com. If you don't have an account yet, you can click the sign up button. They may have some ongoing promotions, as you can see. You'll surely agree with that and say, get my $50 in BTC. But what we want to do is create your account. You can create an account with Google, or you can create your account just with your email and password. For simplicity's sake, I'll create my account with Google. So you'll choose the email you want. This is the test email that I have. I'll choose the email, approve, click continue, choose a password you'd like to use, click continue on that, enter your name, continue, enter your phone number to just verify that it's you. Then it will send you a verification code to your phone number. You enter the verification code. Then it explains the steps to complete your account setup. Creating the account, we did that. Enter personal information about you, and then verify your identity. Click I certify that I'm 18 years or older, submit, choose the country where you're from, enter the last 4 digits of your social security number. Now, if at any moment you don't feel comfortable giving them your information, if you're wondering why do these companies like Coinbase and MoonPay and others ask for so many details about you, and even if you use Apple Pay, before they allow you to buy something with your credit card, they will ask a lot of information about you because they are regulated financial services. They have to comply with anti-money laundering laws and what's called Meet Your Consumer KYC requirements. This is in order to prevent fraud and illicit financing. That's why they have to track the dollars going in, because what if somebody stole a credit card and then buys a lot of cryptocurrency? This is an example of the kind of fraud they're trying to stop, among other kinds of fraud. So to continue the sign up process, we'll click continue. They already have some information about me, likely because I already have an account. I'll click confirm. They'll ask you some questions. What will you be using Coinbase for? You can enter whatever applies to you: investing, source of funds, occupation, primary status, self-employed. Continue. Then they ask you what's the total value, including cash and crypto, that you expect to transfer to your Coinbase in the next 12 months. You can enter any number. It doesn't matter. What industry do you work in? You can also enter any number here. It doesn't matter. I'll click submit. Then you have to verify your identity. They require you to either upload a picture of your passport, driver license, or government ID. If you don't have any of these, they might suggest other methods. In my case, I'll use the driver license. Then they'll ask you to enable your camera so that they can take a picture of your driver's license. And again, this is really to make sure people behave well and aren't scammers who sign up for Coinbase. So this is actually to protect you. I'll enable camera. I'll say allow. It says take a photo of the front of your driver's license. If you like how it came out, press upload. I'm going to blur mine out just to keep my privacy. Then you flip it to the back side. Whenever you're ready, you press the take picture button. And if you're satisfied with that, you say upload. Then it's going to take a little bit of time to verify your identity. After about a minute, it said, we're all set. Your ID has been verified. You can continue. So you say continue. And congratulations, you are in Coinbase. Now, very important, you want to add a payment method. So you click the add payment method. This is how you're going to get money from your bank. You can use your debit card, your PayPal. Some of these may or may not charge fees. I personally use my bank account, and I know it doesn't charge fees. So in my case, I'll click the bank account, enter your phone number, click continue. They'll send you a verification code. Then you'll choose your bank. Then you have to log into your bank to continue. Here, you're just basically connecting your bank to your Coinbase so that Coinbase can withdraw the funds. So I'll enter my bank login information. Again, if you don't want to do this, use other methods. But if you're okay with doing this, you click sign in. For security, they'll ask to verify you. You'll say get a text to the phone number you gave them. Then you enter the code they sent you. Click next. They'll inform you that you're linking your account to Coinbase. You'll click next. Then they'll tell you what information you'll be providing to Coinbase, account numbers, balances, etc. Next. Then you choose whichever account within your bank you're going to want to use. In my case, I have a few accounts. So I'll say Chase Savings and click next. It found some accounts, my savings account, my checking account, and I'll say link my accounts. Then I'll select which accounts I want to link and click continue. After that's successful, you'll click continue. Then the message here will change. It says you're ready to buy crypto, one step remaining. Now, once you've connected your bank account, what you can do is go to the bottom right and click on deposit cash. You can choose however much cash you want to deposit. Connect your bank. As you can see, I already have my bank account set up. In my case, I just have to relink the banks. In your case, you'll have to link them from scratch. But once you do that, you'll be able to transfer dollars from your bank to your Coinbase. And after you have some cash in your Coinbase, you'll see something like this where you see here on this account, I have $7.14 in cash. You might have a different amount, however much you want to invest. And after this moment, you'll be able to buy Solana with the cash that you just deposited. Now, once you have some money deposited into your Coinbase account, there is on the bottom left, as you can see, an advanced way of trading, but you don't need to do that if you're just getting started. If you're just getting started, you can buy your Solana right on the simple interface. On the right side here, there's already an option to pay with USD, and instead of Bitcoin, you will have an option to choose whatever you want to buy, and you can just scroll down and choose Solana, or you can search for SOL, and it will give you the option of Solana, and you can pay with whatever amount you want to buy worth of Solana. So if you want to buy $100 worth of SPRK, then you get $100 worth of Solana, and so on. Then you choose the amount of money you want to invest, and after that, this button to review order will become enabled. You'll click this button to review order. If it looks fine to you, you can click on buy now. After you buy your Solana, you'll have to transfer it to a Solana compatible wallet, and that's the Phantom wallet that we're going to use. So now let me show you how to set up your Phantom wallet. To get your Phantom wallet, you go to phantom.com. All you'll do is click on download. Then it will give you the options of which browser you're using. And I'm going to download this for Firefox because I already have one for Chrome. So I'm going to walk you through a fresh setup on Firefox. I'm going to open this URL on Firefox and click on Add to Firefox. It's going to ask you for permissions, access to your data for all websites, access browser tabs. I'll say yes, add. Then it will prompt you to create a new wallet. That's what we want to do. Remember, this wallet is the equivalent of, let's say, your PayPal. So you just need to set up a wallet so you can buy and sell and send money too. You can also do that with Coinbase, but on Coinbase, you cannot buy the SPRK token directly because not all cryptocurrency tokens are available for purchase there. That's why we need this extra step. So on Phantom, they'll prompt you to add a wallet. You'll click on continue with email. These aren't buttons here. They're just explanations of what you'll be getting. Seamless setup, enhanced security, easy recovery. And importantly, for security reasons, here it says recover access to your wallet within your Google or Apple account and a 4-digit PIN, which is very important because in case something goes wrong, you want to be able to recover your funds. Now click on continue with email. You'll choose the kind of account you want to make with your Apple ID or Google. I'll choose Google. I'll click on the account I want. Continue. Create a PIN. You'll create your own PIN, obviously. Don't tell anybody what your PIN is. Click continue. Confirm your PIN. Create the PIN. And it's going to load your wallet. Make sure that you create a password that you will remember and that is secure. This is a test account, so I'm not too concerned with the security of this because I'm not going to be sending a lot of funds in here. But you should create a good password. Then click continue. Create a username, something you will remember. This is my last name and one. I'll click continue. It will take a couple of seconds to set everything up and it says you are ready. Get started. Now, very importantly, to get started on the navigation area of your browser, click on extensions because the Phantom Wallet is an extension and you'll click on open the extension. This is your wallet. In Phantom Wallet, all you have to do is click on receive and then click the Solana option. It will give you an address where you can send. If you can scan a QR code, you do it through that, or you can copy this address. Click on copy. Once you have your Solana address, what you can do in Coinbase is simply click on send crypto on the bottom right. After you click the send crypto button, you'll enter your address that you were given. In my case, I've already sent money to this address. That's why you see it's saved. In your case, you'll just go through the step. It will be Solana. Then you'll enter however many Solanas you want to send. Preview the transaction. And if you're happy with the preview, you will click on send now. Now it will take, as you can see, about 33 seconds. So if you don't see that transaction in your Phantom Wallet right away, don't panic. Give it about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. After that, go to your Phantom Wallet and then under Solana, you'll have that extra Solana that you sent to this wallet. And if you want to double check, you click on this little clock icon and the clock icon will show you your recent activity. Now, once you do see your Solana, what you can do is go to the swap, the double arrow, and then you can choose your Solana on the top right. Let's say you'll choose one Solana, and then on the bottom, you will find your SPRK. You want to find your SPRK by the mint address. Don't just type SPRK because even though it might show SPRK here, it's because I've already used it. In your case, what you want to be aware of is that the ticker symbol like SPRK is not unique. Many tokens have the ticker symbol SPRK. So you want to search by the mint address. I'm going to have the mint address for SPRK in the resources of this video. It's very important. So what I'll do is actually paste the mint address here. It found the SPRK tokens. I'll click on the SPRK tokens. You may get this warning that this token is unverified. Just ignore that warning because we know that's what you want. And then the next thing you want to look at is how much SOL you're going to swap and how many SPRK tokens you're going to receive for that. The Phantom Wallet does charge a transaction fee of under 1%. If you want to avoid that transaction fee, you can do the same swap on Jupiter.aggregator, JUP.ag. You can connect your wallet on the top right, connect your Phantom Wallet, and after that, you'll be able to swap your Solana for SPRK. But this is an extra step, and in this case, I want to simplify. Many people would rather pay the under 1% fee and just keep the process simple. So what you'll do is in your Phantom Wallet, you'll make that swap. Let's say one Solana or however much for this. Once you're happy with the transaction that you're going to pay, like you'll incur, here's a 5-cent fee. That's a transaction fee from the Solana network. The price impact, it will make the price of the actual SPRK token go up by a certain percent. If you're happy with that, click swap. Once you click swap, you will get the SPRK. So congratulations. Now you're going to be a proud owner of SPRK tokens. And a little troubleshooting just in case you cannot buy cryptocurrency in your Coinbase just yet. If you see a message like this, you can buy up to 0 USD. Up to 0 USD. That means you cannot buy anything. That kind of a message means that your account has not been fully verified or your payment method has not been fully verified either. That means Coinbase needs a little bit more time. This is why this is the cheaper but slower method, and MoonPay is the more expensive but faster method. Now, if you ever get a message like this, which says you can buy up to $0 USD, it might take Coinbase 15 minutes or less to process your driver's license. They might take another couple of hours to review your account. You may also get a message that your account for some reason needs manual verification. Now, if after 30 minutes or so, you still have this error message that says you can buy up to $0 USD, like they don't allow you to buy, you go to your email and look for emails from their communication. If you don't have any emails from their communication, go to your spam folder and make sure it's not there, because look what they wrote to me. Because this is a test account that I'm making. Basically, it's the second account on my name. You see, at first they said we have verified your ID, but before that they wrote to me, as the most trusted crypto exchange, Coinbase takes a number of steps to keep your account safe, and we actively monitor for unusual activity and scams that may affect our customers. Based on this monitoring, we're concerned you may have sent or are trying to send crypto to a fraudulent person or platform. Out of abundance of caution and to protect you against potential loss, we have temporarily limited your ability to send additional crypto until, in this case, it says a month from when I created it. This is likely because this is my test account. I already have another account. If you get a message like this, then MoonPay is the better immediate option. But before you go to MoonPay, just double check, because a couple of minutes later, I got another email. Sometimes, just for security, Coinbase does something like this. They send me an email. Hi, Alex, to ensure your safety and help protect your money, you will need to perform a scam safety check before you can make this send. So as a precaution, we have delayed that transaction so you'll know what's happening. So I'm going to go and complete the scam quiz. If you ever get any email, make sure that any domain is from actual coinbase.com, which this is. So I'll click continue. They explain that many people lose money to scams. Don't listen to this. But after I completed that quiz, you see this money shows up in my Phantom wallet. So now I have $3 worth of Solana here. So as you saw, you can do everything in Coinbase, unless there's something that goes wrong with your Coinbase verification. There's another option for buying your cryptocurrency with a credit card, which is MoonPay, or you can also use a service like Apple Pay. It just depends on what you're comfortable using. I'm going to walk you through how to purchase your cryptocurrency with MoonPay so that you can send that cryptocurrency with MoonPay to your Phantom wallet. And after you have cryptocurrency in your Phantom wallet, the process is the same. If you recall, MoonPay is the faster way to buy cryptocurrency because you're just going to buy it with your credit card. The easiest thing to do is mouse over buy, click on buy Solana, wait for the widget to load on the right side. The minimum order is $20, and you can swap this for the SPRK token later, and it tells you how much SOL you're going to be getting for that money. So you'll say continue, you'll enter your email address, click on continue, agree with the terms of service, say don't send me news, uncheck that, click continue. They're going to send you a verification code to your email. So you'll go to your email, find the verification code, then it's going to say account created. Then it's going to ask you for a few verification steps. It asks for some personal info. I'll click on get started. I live in the United States, continue. My name, click continue. I enter my address, click continue. Phone number, continue. Then they send me a verification code. Then they say you're all set, click continue. As you can see, you can just buy different cryptocurrencies here. The setup is much faster. You can buy your SOL here. You can buy your USDC here. Send it to your Phantom wallet. And from the Phantom wallet, you can use the Jupiter website to buy the SPRK token. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your interest in the SPRK token. And if you experience any technical issues or have questions throughout any part of this process, feel welcome to email our team at contact@sprktoken.com. and we'll be more than happy to help you. And now that you're all set up, I want to show you how to send and receive, make payments and collect payments with the SPRK cryptocurrency token. Once you get comfortable navigating this ecosystem, this will become trivial and second nature, but in the beginning, it's a little confusing. So here's what you do. If you want to receive it on your Phantom wallet, there's a button to receive. And to receive it, you need to receive the SPRK token through the Solana blockchain. So that's what you would choose, Solana. And you just provide this particular address or have people scan this QR code and they will be able to send SPRK there. Now, let me show you how that would work. So let's say a person has your public address. This address is fine to share publicly. It's meant to be shared publicly. This is how you get paid. So let's go to a different browser and log into a different Phantom wallet. From this wallet, I obviously want to send. So I'm going to click on send. And because I already have the SPRK token in this wallet, I'm going to click on the SPRK token. I'm going to enter that address. I'm just going to paste it. I got a warning that this is not an address I've interacted with recently, which is true. I'm only sending this cryptocurrency for the purpose of recording this video, so we'll disregard this comment. And then you want to choose the amount of SPRK. I'm going to choose to send 1 SPRK token. Now, before you send, there's one extra crucial step, and that is that you need to have the funds to pay for that transaction fee that you're about to undergo. The transaction fee is paid in Sol, Solana, but you only need a couple of pennies worth of Sol. The way you buy your Sol is wherever you bought your USDC stablecoin or whichever exchange you bought your original cryptocurrency on, in that very same platform, you can buy just a tiny bit of Sol, like maybe 20 cents worth, and send it over to your Phantom wallet so that that amount goes to pay for all of your transactions within this wallet. And once you have the Sol in your Phantom wallet, then you'll easily be able to make this transaction and send the SPRK token. So after you have Sol in your wallet, you'll be able to press submit and complete this transaction. In my case, I already have a little bit of Sol in this wallet, which is why it's going to allow me to complete this transaction. And all you do is click on next. After you click next, it's going to give you a confirmation page. You just look it over, this address. Now notice at the bottom it says network fee 0.0116 of $1. So you're paying just over a penny for the transaction fee. Compare that to the insane transaction fees that you get with a credit card, PayPal, or any other dollar-based payment enabling option. This really is one of the differences and why decentralized finance through cryptocurrency has advantages. If everything looks right, you say send. After a confirmation message, you'll get that extra token in the other wallet. And then to check whether you received the funds, you go to recent activity. And under recent activity, you'll see, received 1 SPRK token. That's how you confirm that the person received it. That's all. So if anyone ever needs to send the SPRK token to you, you provide your address. And if somebody's ever not sure how to do it, you can send them this video tutorial and it will help to walk them through how to send the SPRK token to your wallet. So thank you for watching. If you're a creator or an entrepreneur, feel more than welcome to post your project on the SPRKtoken.com website and begin collecting tips and donations, or also simply to just invest as an investor. And of course, if you ever have questions, feel welcome to email our team at contact@sprktoken.com.